Right then, here we go again. Okay, we're going to try this shift, this colour shift stuff again, and what I'm using this time is the Cosmetic Pigments Chameleon Shift. Right, as I said, I wasn't happy with the one from last week, so basically what I'm going to do is kind of the same video as last week but with a different colour. So first thing I'm going to do is straighten this ball out. Now this is the exact same wood as last week. It's actually a core off that ball. Just when I did last week's one, I didn't think I gave it kind of a fair shake. Just a little bit just there. And the core actually seems to have warped more than the... It's a little punky just there. Than the main ball itself. Right, so you know what I'm going to do now is just straighten out here, I'll flatten there, then I'll straighten out in there, and then I'll put the trench in. Right, and that'll do me just for a rough cut. Now we get the inside sorted so that I can actually see what I'm doing. Same as last week, I'm not going to be too worried about the middle. Just have a look at that to make sure of straightness. Yeah, that's straight. And that's straight as well. Just want to give it a cross cut again there. Make sure what I'm working with is clean. That is nice and clean. Right, now we've got that trench in it. Now, as I said, I think that the samples were too small for the one I did last week. So we're just going to cut one trench in this. There. And a little deeper than last time, maybe slightly wider than that. Right, and now, same as last week, we're going to fill that trench with this colourshift resin, and I will keep it on the chuck. If you're ever doing something like this, try and not take it off the chuck if you can. Right, I'll just check for level. Yep. And yep. Right then. Right, so I'll mix up this colourshift resin this time, and I'll put a lot less resin in just for this trial size, and we'll go from there. So I'll be back in a sec. Right then, let's pour this in, see what happens. This one looks like it's kind of purples and blues maybe. Yeah, you can actually see the two colours even when I'm pouring it. So I definitely do think that I didn't give enough of the colours in the resins last week. So I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but I can see a definite improvement in the colour shift from last week. Right then. So we let that go off, and we'll see how this one works. So I'll see you in a few seconds. Right now, I think we might have a bit of a better result this time, because I can actually see the colours changing a bit as I turn it. Hopefully the camera's picking it up. I'm going to get behind the camera and see if it's picking it up. I can't tell. Alright, so hopefully we'll have a bit of a better result this time. Now I'm going to do roughly the same thing I did last time. Alright, I'll thin this side down a bit, thin the inside down a bit, and cut it across, and hopefully this time this works. As I said, it worked last time, but it wasn't really clear. So hopefully this time it is. So let's get on with trying this. Right, I'm going to go with pull cuts at the start. And this time I will be worrying about finish cuts, as I wasn't on the first part of this barrel. Push cut the last out of it. See how the size of that. Yeah, that looks okay. Now just got to blend that curve in with that one and put a proper finish cut on it. This is going to be quite kind of a quick one. It's a much smaller bowl. So it's going to be a hell of a lot quicker than the last time we did this. I don't like that curve just there. Still just a little bit just there I don't like. So this time I'm going to be worried about finish cuts and final shapes and stuff. And what it is, it's just something there in the cup I don't like. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better. It's not good down there though. Slight bump there, I can feel it. The advantage of a side bevel cut is you can push and pull with it. Yeah, let's start that curve out. Right, now I'm going to do the inside before I Yorkshire grit it or anything, because it's quite a small bowl. Right. So I'm going to do what I normally do, define the width and then hollow it. That one. Right, now I'll just hollow away. Now I want to do that rim before I start any further down. I got asked a question the last time, can you do resin with a ball gouge? The answer is yes, you can. So sometimes you get a better cut with a carbide. If you're having problems with a push cut on resin, just a pull cut can sometimes do it better. But you do it slowly and you will get a nice cut on it. Right, like that one. See the way that's a nice cut there. Nice clean cut. Right, so you can actually do resin with a ball gouge. It's just a matter of preference and ease. Right, now I'll sand that and I'll be back for the Yorkshire Grit Bit, so we'll see you in a sec. Right, just while that's drying off, I have the sanding sailor on it at the moment. Just while that's drying off, this is what I have going at the moment as a bit for extra resin. Right, now you can see the colour shift in this. I'm hoping that the camera's picking it up. There it goes, some kind of a blue to kind of a red. So I'm hoping the camera's picking it up. And I'd say the black underneath that is really showing it off. This is a piece of bog oak in here. So the black underneath it might be really showing it off. But hopefully the camera's picking up that colour change. Because I don't know if it's going to pick it up in there, but at least you can see the colour change this time. And some of it. Right, I'll start doing the Yorkshire Grit and I'll be back in a sec. Right then. This week's Yorkshire Grit Bit is the legend of the last Irish dragon. Right, now, this legend takes place in County Derry. And in County Derry is a beautiful valley that's found by the Sperrin Mountains. And flowing through it is a gorgeous river, and it flows into Lough Foyle. Right? Now, late in the 6th century, just after the death of St. Patrick, on the land between the Sperrin Mountains and the shores of the loch, it became known as Ligna Pashta, or the last of the serpents. Right? And as the legend goes, when St. Patrick banished all the serpents from Ireland, for anybody who doesn't know, that's the legend of why there's no snakes in Ireland, is because St. Patrick banished them all. Right? But if you actually read the legend, it doesn't say snakes, it says serpents. Right? But as this legend goes anyway, he missed one. He missed this dragon, which was in this valley. Right? Pashta had hidden himself in the lake, and St. Patrick didn't find him. Right? Now, as I said, after St. Patrick died, Pashta went back to doing what dragons do, which is roaming the countryside, eating livestock, killing people, whatever. Right? Now, in desperation, the local people turned to a holy man called Murragh O'Haney. Now, to try and rid the area of this monster. The creature was said to breathe fire, terrorise people, as I said, eat sheep, eat cattle, and basically destroy the lives of the natives. Now, Saint Murragh, as he became known after his death, fasted for 10 days and nights, communing with God on how best to deal with this beast. Now, after that time had passed, God gave him the knowledge of how to capture it, but he would not give him the knowledge of how to kill it. Right? Just capture. Right? So Saint Murragh went to the lair of the beast, a deep pool in the river that was just at the lake. Right? Now, seeing the man approach, Pashta rose from the depths, thinking that the man was a sacrifice from the local people to appease him. The man began to speak to the dragon while picking 3 river reeds from the bank. He laid the reeds across the dragon's back, which amused Pashta, as he thought it was part of this sacrificial ritual. So he allowed Saint Murragh to do it. After all, he was a powerful dragon, and he lived in fear of no man. Immediately, Saint Murragh made the sign of the cross towards the dragon, and the reeds turned into rods of iron, trapping the dragon in an unbreakable cage. The dragon tried to escape, but all he ended up doing was rolling up the bank of the river and into the lake. And he could not get out of the cage. Now, modern day local legend in the area is that the unusual currents and the dangerous waters in Lough Foyle are still caused by the dragon Pashta riding around trying to break out of this cage that St. Murragh had put him in. And it's also said that on a really quiet night you can hear the dragon roar in anger that he had fallen for such an easy trick. And that is the legend of the last dragon in Ireland, which according to the legend is still here, but is at the bottom of the lake. So I'll continue doing this, and I'll be back when I'm putting the wax on. So I'll see you in a sec. Alright then, just popping the wax off. I think I'm going to have to have a look at this in like daylight, as I can see a colour difference, but it's not what I was expecting. I may have gone the wrong way and gone too much in this, and put too much of the stuff into this. I don't know, it's going to take a while messing around with this stuff, I think, to get it just perfect, till I find the right ratio, like. But I can see flecks of colour in that. It seems to be mostly red from this side anyway, it seems to be mostly red, but I can see flecks of blue in it. And if I come down here, kind of behind where you are, what can I say? It's hard to see because down the bottom is down in shadow, but it's kind of a much brighter red than if I'm looking from here. And that looks kind of bluish down there. We'll have a look from outside. I'll have a look. I'll take some shots outside in the sunlight. We'll see what we can see. Right. So now all I gotta do is turn this over and do the base, and this one will be done. So I'll do that. I'll be back in a sec. You can see the colour change in this. The daylight. Well, the same again. I don't think the camera's picking it up. But it did pick it up on the other, on that spare piece I'm doing. And excuse the sound here, I have no mic on, it's just sound from the camera. But as I said, I can't really see the colour change on this. But we live in that. Right then, there we have attempt number 2 at this colour changing resin. I said I don't think you can see it too well on here. I don't think the lighting in here is picking it up too well. But as I said, you might be able to see it in that, but you can definitely see it in that. Definitely see the colours changing in the extra bit. It's got a lot to do with having the black behind it, maybe. It's making it look better. But there's the same resin in that there is in that. So maybe the next time I try one of these, I should put a little bit of black resin down first. Okay, well, I'll take some shots of this outside in the daylight, and we'll see how it looks. And if you enjoyed that one, if you wouldn't mind clicking like on the video, and I'll see you in the next one.